Peace to the family. How we feeling, man? Peace to the gods. Peace to the gods. As you see, they back there working. So listen, this was inspired because, normally I never look at I don't always look at the definition of words that I don't utilize a lot, right? Like the word guru. But somebody had called me a fake guru, and I say, okay, well, let me look up the definition of the word guru to see if it's true or not. Because I could assume maybe based on the definition, they know something that I don't know. And so I want to ask you all, do I fit the word or the definition? And then I want you to challenge yourself to become a guru, because the problem with a lot of things is that we have these connotations for words, but no standards, right? Whether we actually fit the definition of them whatsoever. You feel me? So the word guru originates from the Sanskrit language. The word guru, meaning heavy or weighty, in the sense of someone who is heavy with knowledge or wisdom. Somebody who is heavy with knowledge or wisdom. All right, now let's go to the next. A spiritual teacher, especially one who imparts initiation, a mentor or guide who is considered to have advanced or specialized knowledge in a particular field. In a broader context, it refers to a trusted counselor or advisor. In a spiritual context, a guru serves as a spiritual guide, leading their followers towards enlightenment or deeper understanding. In the educational and professional context, a guru can be seen as an expert or master in a field, offering mentorship and guidance to those seeking knowledge. From a cultural significance standpoint, the role of a guru is deeply embedded in various cultures, often associated with respect and reverence. Examples of usage. Spiritual. The guru provided profound insights into the nature of existence. Examples of usage from a professional standard. He is considered a marketing guru for his innovative strategies. Standard operation procedure for identifying a guru. Number one, knowledge and expertise. So this is how you can identify your guru that you want to choose, right? Number one, there's 4 different ways. Knowledge and expertise. Verifying the depth of knowledge and expertise in a field. For me, I look at it like, all right, look at what a person actually produces so you can understand what they actually know, right? Because a lot of times we don't measure things properly based on what they produce, right? Somebody will ask you, okay, Keys, what do you do? Well, look at what I produce. Am I not a director and a producer and the host of a number 1 hit show? Do I not have a media company? What is required within that in order for that to be successful? Branding, marketing, right? What do? You are a successful speaker, right? You are a good communicator, right? This is the way you want to break down looking at anybody. Look at their gifts, talents, and skills. If you want to understand, I think people have such a false or have a lack of ability to actually recognize the true gifts and talent of people. And when there is no standard, then it's easy to call something false. But what are you calling false exactly? All right, so let's go it again. So knowledge and expertise, teaching ability, assess the ability to impart knowledge effectively. Have I not imparted knowledge effectively? Those people that I see impart knowledge effectively to me, yeah. You got knowledge and expertise, teaching ability. Number 3, ethical conduct. Ensure adherence to ethical standards and integrity. Right? Someone that you see is making sure that they have integrity in the things that they do. They're not consistently right? Trying to grift. They're not making the same mistakes over and over. That lets you know that that is a default within the character of that person that one can see as intentional, or are they improving on their ethical standard and practice and getting better over time? All right. Reputation. Consider the individual's reputation and recognition within the community. Do the people love them? Right? Is there testimonial from the people? Does the vast majority of the people that come in contact with this person and or brand has had a positive impact? So that formula, it is knowledge, which is depth plus breadth of knowledge, teaching ability, ethical conduct, plus community reputation. That's your guru. So gurus, and because we don't have cultural standard and or practice, and a lot of people in America are confused because you don't know what culture are you pulling from, right? Is it one that's connected? Is it one that's connected to your faith and belief, right? Is it one from your spiritual culture? Is it one from your ethnic culture? Or are you doing it based on patriotic practice of being an American? Which aspect do you even pull from? So when people misunderstand me, I get it. You come from the sucker tribe. And the sucker tribe is that you can have unintegrable practices that try to pull down reputable individuals for your gain. That's not ethical. It's weak-minded. You know what I'm saying? You don't deserve to live. So for me, my domains of expertise, number one, in my thought leadership, forward thinking perspectives, socio-economic and cultural issues, right? And unique insights and framework that challenge conventional thinking and inspire transformative change. Environment and community building. I focus on empowering Black Americans and other marginalized communities through education, self-awareness, and economic independence. I just want people to understand what be going on. I'm always more than one thing, but if people need context windows to think out of it, because most people weren't trained to think in a broad sense or scope. They were trained to think through boxes and context windows. So unless you define something for a person in a very narrow way, then they can't see what it is for themselves, right? They can't see what it is for themselves. I'm like, why don't you just see what something is for itself? I'm a motherfucking genius. And so are a lot of people that I know. So when I see the disrespect and the hate nowadays, man, it'd be like, man, that's the one thing you got to respect about street rules. Street rules, you can go take care of certain individuals and erase them out of your way, 100%. But internet rules, you got to play a back and forth game. Like, we got to goddamn go back and forth based on reputation or something that's not happening. I'm not about to, what Kendrick say, am I battling ghost or AI? You know what I'm saying? Like, what we doing here? Like, you're not even a man that nobody in the world aspires to be like. So at the end of the day, it brings certain people down till you have discussions. That's why y'all don't see me going back and forth with people. You feel me? Only thing we gonna go by the principles. You feel me? Let's look at the principle of the thing. And that's how you stay God body, because you gotta ignore, you have to know what to ignore and what to give attention to, and what to address and how to address things. When you great, the mere mention of fools make them greater. Just remember that. And people will do anything to be mentioned by you. That's what they focus on. How can I get mentioned in the same light as this person? You don't think that they're less than. You think this is a great man. This is why you're trying to get your attention. People don't knock people that they think are really weak and don't have position and aren't greater than them. They're shooting up because they want to climb up in position, and they don't know how to do it based on their gifts, talents, and skill. They don't know how to do it based on their impact because there's something in them that they lack. They were never that person that other people sought, right? And they need everybody else to fall down in order to feel special and or accomplished. Because if you take that same person and you put them around a group of special individuals, they're going to look lame. They're going to look unimportant. They're going to look unnecessary. They're not going to shine. So what they try to do, same way a colonizer will try to do, is they take the original man and they will say, man, ain't nothing special about them. They weak. They will try to deceive them to make them think they weaker, while at the same time stealing their strength, stealing their knowledge, stealing their science, stealing their talents and their skills so they can try to execute, right, and get the light that they trying to take from you. It is what we call endo-cannibalism. It's cannibalism inside the role of the community, inside the world of the community. You know what I'm saying? Futurism and technology. Exploring the intersections of technology, culture, and society. You feel me? Y'all asked me about Dr. York. I actually don't know about Dr. York in the sense that I haven't studied his biography or his works, right, to give you all any compelling, deep insight on it. There are people who are experts on that, brother. I would suggest that you follow them so that they can teach you about their teacher. As a futurist, exploring the intersections of technology and culture and society, and providing guidance on how to navigate and leverage technological advancements to build a better future. Entrepreneurship, mentoring inspired entrepreneurs, particularly in the Black community, on how to create and build successful businesses and brands, right? The teachings encompass strategic planning, branding, and leveraging cultural capital. First of all, not only that, of course we have all our shows, we have all our different things, and there's so much more I can keep going on. But I'm gonna just leave that at that. Somebody say futurists laugh a lot. I don't think you understand the definition of that. And here's the thing, it's like if a person that went to a Ivy League school walks into a classroom, and in that classroom, these are people that are remedial, right? You know, they're going to be put on the yellow bus afterwards. And they start talking, and they speaking to them in a very intelligent manner, saying, yo, I'm a polymathic thinker. You know, I'm a futurist. Them people, they probably start laughing like, what's that word? He talking about he a futurist, he's polymath, he a thought leader. It's their ignorance that they're laughing at their own ignorance. They're not laughing at this person because what this person's saying is not funny. What this person is saying they can actually learn from. If they actually understood, right, the definitions of the word that this more intelligent person was using. But instead, the ignorance makes them laugh because that's their own uncomfortableness trying to deal with their ignorance, right? It's that gap of awkwardness, so they try to fill that in with a laugh to entertain themselves, right? Because that's a part of themselves that they're triggered by, that they feel weak of. It's an insecurity, right? This happens all the time. And we've done that in our community so much to where when somebody is intelligent, we make fun of them. When somebody speaks with a certain vocabulary, we make fun of that. As if our culture is not intelligence, as if our culture is not intellectual, right? That's what we're really saying about our own culture, that these things don't fit within the context window, right? I don't think one thing y'all can never confuse me about is somebody who's super nice. I am not a super nice guy. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I grew up as a soldier. You feel me? I grew up as a warrior. I grew up as somebody that if you play in my face, you know what I mean, you gonna get slapped in yours. You feel me? I grew up with killers. I grew up with gods. I grew up with people who know themselves. I don't even abide by the same rules that you live by. You feel me? I understand the world of the devils and the world of the gods. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still bow down to, you know, a Caesar Borgia. You feel me? That white man still slap you in your ass and you still afraid to get fired by him. You feel me? We ain't got the same master. My master is Allah, God, who came in a person, Master Muhammad. We don't move the same. The devil see you as a sucker. He see me as a God, as someone who knows himself. So I don't even operate off the same tenets, principles, mindsets, you know what I mean, degrees of validation that you operate from. It's not that whatsoever. So therefore, when I speak, I don't speak from a place, you know what I mean, to try to calm people's spirits who are weaker than. I speak to the warrior inside you to say, upgrade, stand up, step up. You feel me? Man up. You feel me? I ain't trying to make you feel good about being weak. Somebody got to slap you in your face and just bing, 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 and tell you to step your game up. But this internet full of hoe-ass males and females that don't know themselves. And the unfortunateness is that the greater you are, the more you would trigger somebody who don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying? The greater you are, the more you would trigger. People get triggered by the fact, Keys, how you just walk around and people show you so much deference, love, and respect for being yourself. Because I know who I am. And for those who want to know themselves, right, they come around and I'm pushing that presence and that energy into them as well. I grew up around men with power, money and power. So we don't want to be broke doing this either. 99% of the things that I do on the internet are for free. So if somebody complains about something that allows me to build wealth, oh man, you my enemy. I have no love for you in my heart. I don't want to see you thrive. I don't want to see you alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, my ancestors wasn't the one dying for votes. My ancestors was the ones goddamn ready to kill massive for having us in this goddamn oppression. My ancestors was the Hannibal Barkers figuring out strategies. My ancestors was the Malcolms and the Elijah Muhammads. You know what I'm saying? We pulled from two different ancestors. So I have no expectation. And what I focus on a lot of time now is like private education. Man, I've been sitting here, I mentor a young man for free every month. You know what I'm saying? I did a bunch of philanthropy work where I flew out, paid my own money, my own team to go speak at these different events. Not something I get paid for, not something I get $1 for, but something that I can take, you know what I mean, when it comes to my legacy and the impact that we make. And this is why it's always gonna be a difference. You feel me? Because it's the stuff that you don't see, you know what I mean, that make me who I am. Not what you do see. You see highlight reels, you see moments. You feel me? The realest people on the planet Earth, you'll never know how real they are. You'll never know how great they are because you're always living it. I'm lucky enough to be able to hire a media team to where, you know, we can get some of this excellence documented. You know what I'm saying? But the things that I hold dear for me, the things that I hold important, the things that I see when I think about success are not the same things that you see. But I'm never going to try to get a mere cadet to understand the mind of a general. Human beings are not equal. It is the greatest lie ever told, right? You only tell that to a man that you know is far more inferior than you to make him feel equal, which is different. Feeling equal and being equal is completely different things, right? Only a man that feels unequal needs to be told by a superior that you are my equal. No. Humans, there's no measurement to show that we're equal. We don't have equal souls, equal foes, or equal goals. You understand me? We're not physically, spiritually, mentally, right? The only thing that is equal, and one can say, you know, you can argue about this, is that life itself, the essence of life, right, has the equal potential of value. Right? Meaning that when you murder someone, when you take a life, or when you produce of life, that is an equal act. It's completely different. But who you become with your life, that changes the value of your life. How you produce yourself, how you design yourself, how you define yourself creates the difference. And it depends on what you're measuring. Are we equally righteous? Right? Are we equally immoral? Are we equally wealthy? Right? Are we equally joyful? Are we equally talented, equally gifted, equally godly, equally conscious? What are we measuring this equality by? So I don't look at asking a man to treat me as an equal. No, I need to know that you know that I am superior far more. And superior knowledge does not submit to inferior knowledge. I like being around people who know that they are superior. Right? You know that you have a different calling. But respect is the difference between men who know they're great, but they're not going to treat you like you nothing. Because each person has a different calling. So we're equal in the opportunity for us to produce the full potential of our gifts and callings. That's the equality that we have. We're equal in the opportunity to produce our gifts. And if you fully produce your gifts, right, in the world, then you can be equal to a man who's a billionaire, because that may be his gift, right? That may be his gift. But you can be an artist, and you have mastered the full breadth and depth of your artistry in a way that that person could never. And now your art is worth millions to this person. And he has to measure out the fullness of his gift to even afford what yours produces. It's completely different. Right? It's completely different.